This is the second to last case review on my channel for 2016. I cannot believe it. This year has flown by. I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, it went by really quick. It goes by differently for different people depending on how their year went. So I hope you had a great year, but if you didn't have such a good year, then I hope 2017 is much better for you. I mean, the new year is only like 30 days away from the day I'm recording this, December 1st. You might be seeing it a different day, and then the new year will be even closer. So that is just crazy. Cannot believe it. But yes, this is the second to last case review for 2016 on my channel. There might be a 2017 case review in the year 2016, but that will obviously be a part of the 2017 Mattel line, and here we still are reviewing cars from the 2016 line. The next one for 2016 and the last one will be Deluxe Case J with Craig Faster and Alexis Wilson. But here we are with Singles Case N. Darla Vanderson, Brad Winmiler, and Coriander Widetrack are the new and notable releases from the case. Now there is one more singles case for the year to hit stores. Well, technically it already did hit stores, but in the alphabet it comes after N. Obviously case P, and it does not have any new releases for the year. It's basically a wrap-up case. I believe it has Bob Pulley, maybe Brad Winmiler again, Timothy Two-Stroke, so it really is just like a wrap-up case like that. So unfortunately though, we still have the Cars Daredevil Garage app logo on these releases. Case P and Deluxe Case J actually do not have it. They don't have it on the back either. So thanks Mattel for finally listening to us fans, because I don't know about you personally, but for me, quite a few of my friends as well, we do not like that app. It's terrible, doesn't run well, and not only is it defective, but it also creeps onto our packages. Like I just showed you, it's there. So that's kind of understandable, but it takes up like, I don't know, what is that, like 33% of the card right there? We used to see other releases in the series, but now, nope, we just get informed on how to use the bad app. But don't mean to start off here on a negative note, but I just needed to express that. But now, getting on to the rest of the video here, I'm sure y'all curious how I actually acquired these releases. I actually got them off Amazon for $3.99 each as add-on items. Now, if you're unaware, an add-on item essentially means that you have to have a minimum of $25 in your Amazon cart in order for you to buy the add-on item or add-on items. You could have a cart full of add-on items that reaches $25, but if you just have 1, 2, or 3, you cannot, unfortunately. So I did have to buy a couple other items with these because they didn't all come in stock at once. And so yeah, Amazon makes it a little bit difficult, but I know that I probably wouldn't find these in the store. However, they did hit Walmart, Target stores, so you might be able to find them. I know many people actually have, especially on my Google Plus community. A lot of people have actually found these, which is just great, because I know some cases have only hit certain stores for the year, so it's nice that this case is available at both Target and Walmart. I know people have found it in the United Kingdom and Australia as well, so it's nice that this case, the basically last case of the year, is pretty widely distributed. So that is just fantastic. Now let's get on to the review here of the packages of these cars. So here we have Darla Vanderson, a brand new release for the year. You can see her art right there. Very nice. I do like it. Now, as you might have noticed, all of the featured cars from this case are in the LA Speedway series. I believe one case of the year only had one new car. There was another case that had 2 Rust Eves Racing Series cars. And of course, case P that I was just talking about doesn't even have any new cars. So Mattel probably could have spread them out a little bit more, but LA Speedway is awesome, and now we get 3 of them in one case that are actually new. So it's kind of cool. But getting back to Darla Vanderson here, she is number 7 out of 11 in the LA Speedway series there. And on the back here, we see a picture of Marco, Axel Bender, and Fred, neither of which were released in the series, but still, Mattel decided to throw it on there, so, not really sure who made that decision, but oh well. The description for the series reads, "The tiebreaker race at the LA Speedway International Speedway will determine who is the new Piston Cup champion." That is quite accurate, and we do see the instructions for the Cars Daredevil Garage app. Like I said, do not recommend it, but it does seem like Mattel is drifting away from it, so maybe the app will actually fail and go down along with that. I really hope so. Now, here we have Coriander Widetrack. This is actually a newly scaled version of her. I'll obviously talk about that when I open her up. But yeah, she is actually a new release. Also in the LA Speedway series, now she is actually number 1 out of 11, and the card back is absolutely the same. Moving on to Brad Winmiler, also in the LA Speedway series, so the only thing different is his number, which is 8 out of 11. Card back is identical. So that is pretty much it for them in their packages. Before I open these beauties up, I do want to warn you guys when it comes to ordering from Amazon. Just be aware that you may not get a perfect package when you order from them. My Coriander Widetrack came with a dented blister there because they ship them in book boxes, the boxes they use to ship books in. So yeah, not the best. As you can see, Brad Winmiler here, it's cracked. You can basically open it from just opening this little crack there. So a little bit disappointed in that sense, but I did get some others that actually came on decent packages. So I did get 2 sets. And now let's open up this set here. So before I go ahead and review these guys, I want to tell you where they appeared in the movie, and for Coriander, I want to tell you about her previous releases. So for Coriander, obviously she appeared at the LA Speedway in Cars 1, just like Darla and Brad in the background there, and she appeared just before the Jets flew over the stadium, Marco, Goose, and Stuba. She's obviously a fan of them, judging by the antenna there, and she was super excited when they flew over. And now she also appeared beside her mom and her dad. Now I talk extensively about her parents and their connection to her in my review of them, which you can check out in the description below. I actually reviewed Brake Boy once in March, and then MA Brake Trim twice because I got a prototype and, stuff like that. And I will be talking about that a little bit more, but getting on to Coriander's previous releases now. She was first released in the Final Lap collection in 2010 as a single. This was the release right here. As you can see, it is quite a bit bigger. According to Take 5 a Day, actually 33% bigger. So I don't know how that was calculated, but it does seem to be accurate. Then that larger size of her was re-released in a 2013 Target exclusive 7-pack with Kit Revster and I believe a couple other cars as well. Obviously 5 other cars. So that's all for Coriander. This is technically a new release because it's a brand new mold of her. She never was released in that size. So now let's move on to Brad. Nothing to talk about previous releases for him. However, he did have a prototype that I reviewed a couple months back. Link to that review will be in the description below. Obviously, you can spot the difference, right? You can see the difference, but if you don't see the difference, you can watch that video and I explain it a little bit more. I might even show it again in the video, so I'm not really sure. But Brad appeared in the stands of the LA Speedway. He was pretty deep in the stands. He didn't get any solo screen time, so I had to go hunting for him. And I know a couple other people found him as well. But I'll show some screenshots here so you guys can see him, but there's nothing really else to describe about his appearance. He was just pretty far back in the stands there. Now we have Darla Vanderson. Now her appearance is a little bit more up for question. There's no like definite appearance where it's like, oh, that's Darla Vanderson. Yeah, not really. There's not a definite appearance. I'll give you guys my opinion on where she appeared though. I think she appeared just before the camera flashed to Darrell Cartrip and Bob Cutlass talking about the race, like the pre-race commentary, and she was like spectating that discussion. And now we don't actually see her face, but we do see the back of her like this. Blue car with that crown. Now there are a lot of cars at the Speedway that have this crown, so we don't really know exactly for sure which one it is. That's my opinion. I don't know, you guys might think differently, and if you do, just let me know in the comments section below. I mean, I definitely could be persuaded to a different one because I didn't really go hunting throughout the entire movie. I just really saw that one. I was like, that looks similar enough. So that's all for their appearances and for Coriander's release. Now you might see a different version of Darla Vanderson online that has black rims, and that would be a prototype of her. Unfortunately, was not able to get that version of her. There were only a couple and they sold out really fast. Alright, let's dig into the review of these cars now, starting with Coriander Widetrack version 2 here. So in addition to the smaller size, she's also now a unibody, which means that she is one metal piece besides the base and tires. But as you can see with the older version, there's the main metal body and this plastic mouth plate that really doesn't match the color of the main body. So with this new upgraded version, she is actually one whole piece matching the entire color there. So that is a great improvement. I forgot to mention this, but she is now accurate to the movie. As you saw in those screenshots, the mom and the dad are bigger than her, so it makes sense that she's smaller than them. Now this is the complete family here, right out of the movie, looking amazing. But before we got this Coriander Widetrack, it looked like Coriander was bigger than her own mom. So I'm glad that Mattel corrected it now. I mean, it was 6 years, so I guess that's how long it typically takes Mattel to correct their mistakes. No, I'm just kidding. But it did take a while for this one because they did have the opportunity to do so in 2013. But moving on from that, as you can see, she has the Marco antenna here. I do not believe it is removable. I don't want to yank it out and break it, but the old version, it was actually removable, and I don't believe it was attached in the package. Maybe it was, but you could definitely remove it pretty easily, as you just saw there. Not sure about this new version though, and I'm not going to try it because I don't think it is, to be honest. And so just pink or purple, whatever you want to call it, kind of like a lavender color. And her license plate reads, if we could focus here, 870912, and the text above it is too small for me to read, unfortunately. Maybe if you have like a microscope, you can read it, but I cannot. I don't have a microscope on the channel here. But maybe I'll invest in one in the future for that purpose only. And the base here reads Disney Pixar, made in China, a couple codes, Netherlands address, you know, the typical stuff if you are interested. Now, Coriander is not her own unique model here. She was, or I shouldn't say that, but this model actually was unique at the start of the year because Kim Carlin's was the first to be released. Now, technically, this version, Coriander, is unique because of the hole for the antenna there, but you know, all in all, they are the same. As you can see, same rims, same everything pretty much. The license plates are different. However, this ML115 license plate is used quite frequently, as you can see there, on MA brake drum. And oh, it's not on Brad Winmiler, my bad. Who else is it on though? I know it's on a lot of our cars though, but moving on from Kim Carlin's, we also have Jay Loli, who looks to be pretty much the same, I do believe. He might be slightly different, but I don't really think so. They look pretty similar. Oh, yep, Jay Loli has the ML115 license plate there as well. But you know, then again, this one's technically different because it has the hole in the roof for the piston cup. So there are those slight differences here and there. Now, the prototype MA brake trim that I referred to earlier on in the video is actually the same model as Coriander as well. I talk about this prototype in my review of 2016 Case L. Link will be down in the description below. It's a pretty cool prototype. It's like the kid version of MA brake trim, like young MA brake trim. So, you know, that's pretty cool. Now let's move on to Brad Winmiler here, Winmiler. Not really sure how you pronounce that. I'm just going to go with Winmiler because in my opinion it sounds better than Winmiler. So to begin here, he is actually a unique model, never used before on any other car. Michael Sparkburg here on the right comes close with a similar model, but they're definitely different. You can see in the back here that Michael is a bit bigger in terms of height, width, and length, and just an overall different casting. They have different license plates there as well. I'm glad that Mattel didn't use the same model because I could have easily seen them just using this model for the Brad Winmiler character. Now, one thing that I want to point out that just blew my mind. It may not blow your mind, but it did for me. Check this out. Michael has this dent, obviously because he's a rusty car. He's all beaten up. And now Brad Winmiler has an indentation as well. It's super hard to see when you're not in person, but I don't know, you guys can kind of see that right there. Check that out. Brad has a dent as well. This is just so strange. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. You can kind of see how the light goes into that little crevice there. That is just insane to me. I cannot believe that the dent is on Brad too because they're different models. So that's weird. Don't really know what happened there, but you can definitely see that or I should say Brad here has a dent. Just trying to get it at a certain angle so you can see it clearly, but you guys can take my word for it. I mean, trust me, it is there. You can feel it when you run your finger across it. So when you get Brad, you can see for yourself. Now, another car that I would consider similar to Brad is Milo here, the 2010 Final Lap release. Brad is basically what you would get if you squished a Milo, whoa, going like this. Like if you just kind of squished him pushing like that. And then you'd get like a car like this or Michael Sparkburg. Now, sorry for that little mishap there. Milo tried to escape me. So Milo, you're going back in the case, locking you back up. But anyway, here we are back with Brad. Now, I did want to show you guys the prototype again. I suggest checking out my video of the prototype here that I made several months ago if you want to learn more about it. But really, the only difference is the antenna here, which makes the new version movie accurate, as you saw in the screenshots earlier. Now, it is a green piston cup antenna, which brings up the question, is he a Chick Hicks fan? Because we really haven't gotten many Chick Hicks' fans in the past. Maybe, you know, Chick Hicks fan Mia and Tia, and I believe some of the RVs have Chick Hicks flags, but I don't really classify those as a Chick Hicks fan. I mean, I guess you can make the argument that they are, but this might be our first true Chick Hicks fan. Now, there's no confirmation of that because it really is just a green piston cup. Maybe they sold these in all sorts of colors, all the colors of the rainbow, and he just happened to buy a green one. And now I like to call the fans that just have like a piston cup souvenir just like, you know, neutral fans. They just came to have a good time. And that's kind of what I like to think Brad of as here because he has the piston cup on his roof there. And it is flexible. You can kind of see it goes around there like that, but don't pull it off because it might come off and you might not be able to put it back on. His license plate reads 84D17 and the text above it reads new coil. Did not need a microscope for that, so that's nice. And just so you guys know, the prototype is exactly the same in every other way. Now the taillights actually look to be a different color, but you know, besides that, we're looking for like some materialistic differences here. So that's pretty much all for Brad Winmiler. Already compared them to the cars I wanted to. And there are a couple other fans that have like these piston cup antennas. You know, here's Marty Breakburst. He has a yellow one, so they really do come in all shapes, colors, and sizes. So, moving on to the last car of the day today and the last single of the year. Oh my goodness. We have Darla Vanderson here, just looking amazing. She is actually a completely unique model. No one really to compare her to, but I do want to show Cora Copper. She is like a slightly bigger version of Darla here, I guess you could say, because Darla really is just like a smaller version of Cora. So it's kind of strange, but you know, I always like new models, so that's cool. Mattel, thanks. And now just checking out Darla Solo here. She has a king crown. I like it. First time we've gotten a king crown before. Now, as you can kind of see, I'm trying to stretch this little ball out a little bit more because in the package it was kind of like bent. So I'm trying to get unbent there. So you might see me doing this a little bit. But anyways, I really do like her accessory because we haven't seen it before. Here's another king fan that was released this year. This is actually the Super Chase J. Loli. She has I keep getting the genders mixed up in this video, but he has a piston cup hat as well, but they are different sizes, and I think, no, these are the only ones that have piston cup hats, right guys? I think so. And I believe many other cars, though, have the antenna with the piston cup on it, though. And so Darla has this nice smiley expression there. Like the rims, we haven't seen those rims used much, or maybe not at all. Here's the base if you're interested. Nothing to note. And here's the base of Brad. I don't know if I showed it, but there it is. Here's the back of Darla. Man, we might need a license. Oh, there we go. Let's see what it says here. T6ID635. Text above it is absolutely way too small to read. So that does look to be a unique plate. And I say that because a lot of cars actually do have the same license plate. So it's always nice to see a car with a unique license plate, even though it should really just be a given. So that's pretty much all for our core group today. Darla Vanderson, Coriander Widetrack, and Brad Winmiler. Let me know in the comment section below which one is your favorite. My favorite is by far Darla Vanderson. She just looks amazing and I absolutely love that crown. And now you can also let me know if you want, what is your favorite fan of the piston cup? I mean, we have gone a lot now. I mean, check this out. I mean, there's even more than the ones I'm going to show right now. I mean, we have a lot. What else? I even have some other cars just laying around here. We can put the big Coriander back there. We got Bert. Sure, we can put Cora. Man, we just got a whole herd of cars. We have the Brad Winmiler prototype. We got the MA prototype. And we got Chucky. And we gotta get McQueen in there, guys. Here's McQueen. All right, we got the big party. So thanks again for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I know I haven't really done too many diecast reviews lately, so I wanted to make sure I got this video out as soon as possible. I did get these from Amazon before I left for Carzon last week, but obviously I did not have time to make the video. I literally got them the minute I got home, and that minute was also the same minute that I left for the airport. So thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I really don't have anything else to say. So thanks for watching for the third time now. Goodbye. I can't go without showing Darla's cousin, Dusty Vanderson, the carified name of YouTuber Chad Anderson. I mean, just look at that resemblance.